up on Reddit. I won't be watching any news. I'll let the planet spin without me, 'cause everything has been without me sometime. And everyone will be alright if I'm not live by satellite. It's a beautiful day, I'm running away. Don't bother to Facebook message or call.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Film Box Podcast, a movie podcast made for movie fans by movie fans. From tier lists and top fives to movie reviews and really bad hot takes, we've got anything and everything a movie fan could ever want. I'm your host and the guy who hates Star Trek, Aaron Souza.
I'm the guy who hates time travel, Connor Jameson.
And I'm the one who hates inaccurate war movies, Sam.
Not bad, not bad. Is it bad? Can I just say, is it bad when I was reading that intro that I almost said someone else's name and not my own?
Maybe a little.
Like, in my mind, as I was about to say, like, Sam's name or something, I was like, wait a minute, that's not my name.
Pause.
Reset now. All right, well, welcome. It's the Film Box again. How you guys doing? It's been a little bit.
Doing great.
Good.
How are you?
Doing good. All right. And now, see you later. We'll come back next week.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, we might as well, right? Well, all right. So on this episode, we've got yet another. It's day 4 of, or I guess week 4.
Isn't it 3?
No, it's week 4.
Okay.
Week 3 was movie before 1970.
I'm dumb.
So it's week 4 of the 30-week movie challenge. I guess
we
I
still
think
haven't.
that's
I was gonna say we still have not come up with a name for
a
it.
good name.
We haven't had a smooth process yet.
No. So we're gonna talk about today's, I guess, movie challenge. We're gonna do a little bit of a recap of some of the major news that's going on in the industry, as you might have well heard already. And we're gonna finish it off with a little horror movie villain draft, seeing as how we're kicking off October.
October,
the
season.
spoopy month.
All right.
Ew.
I could see how much you
You
hated
might just
that.
want to edit that out.
We'll cut it in post. But yeah, so we're just we're gonna have a little bit of fun today. But before we get into that stuff, what have you guys been watching lately? I'm gonna spring this on you again. I can go first if we need to.
I'm just gonna pull up Letterboxd.
All right, go ahead, Connor.
So as part of what I'm trying to make a little tradition, I'm trying to watch 31 horror movies that I haven't seen in October. It's October 3rd. Thank you. So far, I've seen Whatever Happened to Baby Jane from 1962. Nice, unsettling film. Opera, a Dario Argento piece, which is one of those directors in horror that I just completely just glossed over, but I need to watch more of because his style is incredible. And then today I watched Summer of '84. Nice little throwback, or not throwback because it came out in 2018, but it's, a period piece, if you will.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, and then I also saw Heat by Michael Mann.
That's a great movie.
Phenomenal.
Great choice.
Movie.
Great choice.
I don't think anyone's ever been as cool as Al Pacino in that movie.
I don't think anyone's ever been as cool as Al Pacino.
Period.
Counterpoint, Jack and Jill.
All right. I mean, look.
Listen.
For every Godfather, you got a dirty grandpa, Robert De Niro.
Yeah, sometimes
comparison.
it's like you put on your best suit and then you look back and you got like a shit stain on it.
Fucking
What?
wild comparison.
Is that
I was
not?
not expecting that.
You're dressed to the nines, ready to hit the town with your gal or guy.
Or
and then
non-binary partner.
your significant other. And as you like step out the house, you're reminded, oh shit, I shit myself.
Oh shit, literally.
Oh shit.
oh shit.
Oh shit.
Cool. Well, that sounds like fun. As for me, I watched Airplane for the first time.
And how did you like it?
I liked it. I don't think I liked it as much as other people like it.
I fucking love that movie. I love that
it
movie.
was still very funny. It was still very, very funny though.
I love that movie.
I saw Haunting in Venice. You can see the review on the website. I watched Bottoms.
Nice.
It was another movie that I liked it less than everyone else liked it, but I still enjoyed it. It was fun. It was just so batshit crazy. It got too much for me at times. I was like, I know that's like a wimpy thing to say, but it really, I was literally watching, I was like, holy shit. Like, this is a lot. But it was still good. And then I've been watching all of the Wes Anderson short films that he released on Netflix last week. Oh, those have been interesting. Yeah, that's my watch list so far. And I was given homework today. I was actually given homework by a coworker of mine.
Oh, geez.
Really?
She said yes. So one of my coworkers who's around our age, she's not really a movie buff, but we in the office will talk movies and whatever and stuff like that. And she asked me if I had ever seen The Great Gatsby, which I have not. I will admit I have not seen Great Gatsby, and she was like appalled that I hadn't seen that movie. So she's like, "You're going home and watching it today. That's your homework." I got homework from a coworker who's younger than me, by the way. And then I gave her homework to watch Treasure Planet and Ocean's 11. So, you know.
You're like, no one gives me homework.
Yeah, I said, look, I'll come up with some movies.
Listen here.
But yeah, so I will be watching Great Gatsby at some point.
Sweet.
All right, Sam.
All right. So I've been on a, I don't want to say kids movie.
a bit of
Pause.
a bit of a family movie.
Yeah, family movie binge. So
I've been on kids.
Hey, yo.
hey, okay. Anyways,
We're done.
so if you have
Cut it in post.
if you've been
Sorry,
reading the reviews, the Spy Kids Armageddon just got released. So before that, I watched the previous 4 Spy Kids movies.
You're doing God's work.
3 of the OGs that are actually they're actually fun movies. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those.
Of course.
They're
Just the third one. Just the video game one, because I'm a nerd.
no, they're the nostalgia holds up for those. And then the latest 2. With the one with Jessica Alba and Joel McHale, that was terrible. And then the latest one was terrible too. But
Yeah, well, it had Zachary Levi,
Yeah,
so
who
what do
would've
you
thought?
expect?
yeah. And then I just watched The Creator, new sci-fi artificial intelligence movie. That review should be coming out this week. That was good. I enjoyed the movie. So
It's been pretty divisive too. People have not been liking it as much.
I was
as
gonna
thought
say,
they
I
would.
was looking on like Google and stuff like that, and there's like a shit ton of 5 stars and like a shit ton of 1 stars. I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
I forgot a pretty big movie I watched. Saw X.
Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty big one. Only the Saw franchise.
I didn't do the typical me thing and watch all 9 leading up, but sorry, I did
That would
see.
have been nuts.
Brother, I don't even know what my brain would look like if I binged at least 13 hours of Saw movies.
It would be mush.
Whoosh. But
Mush.
I also saw Saw 2 afterwards for whatever reason.
Nice. Any other movies, Sam, from you?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's move on to week 4 of our 30-week movie challenge. which I think is what I'm actually going to call it since we're doing this podcast.
The 30
anyways.
week.
Yeah. 30 weeks.
We
By
should
the
just have
time we're
30
done-
weeks of.
Look, I mean, we do
It's
one of
fine.
these a week for 30 weeks.
By the time we're finished, there's gonna be like a new one.
A
of
new
these.
one.
Yeah.
Well, that same Twitter account that released the 30 weeks of movies, it's at AT Right Movies on Twitter, all the right movies. They released a 30 days of horror thing that I was like, holy crap. I was like, we haven't even done the other one
We're not
yet.
even done a week.
I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. But anyways, so week 4 of our 30 weeks of movies challenge, we're doing the movie with your favorite character. So who wants to kick us off here?
I'll go.
Okay.
So contrary to popular belief, I'm not picking Jaws for Bruce the Shark.
Shocker.
No, I'm picking The Nice Guys.
Okay.
Because of Ryan Gosling's character, Holland March. Funniest. It's still my favorite comedy, I think, ever. And I saw, I don't know if it was a TikTok or a tweet, but it was like one of those, like, what's your movie hot take? And they were saying Ryan Gosling might be like the best comedic actor we have going right now. Just because his timing is perfect. His
Legend.
tones, perfect. He doesn't do a whole lot, but like even in Barbie, like him,
In
like him
like,
yelling
what was it?
Sublime.
yes, I was gonna say that was the exact moment. Like, it just goes around the corner. Sublime. It just has such a good timing to it.
Did you see like the behind the scenes, like the deleted ones where it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, my rainbow, she kissed not my heart, but my soul.
It's just so good.
Her milkshakes bring this boy to the yard." Just
Oh my
perfect.
god, yeah, that's a good one. Is that your only pick?
Yeah, I didn't put too much thought into this.
Nice. All right, I can go next. I have 4.
Jesus
Four.
Christ.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, I
Star
kept
Wars,
thinking
Star Wars, Star
Alright.
Wars,
All
Star
right.
Wars.
All right, don't call me out. So
Three
I
of
actually
them are Star
lumped,
Wars.
Star Trek.
I lumped them into different categories. Okay, so like if we're talking franchises, I mean it's gonna be Star Wars for Obi-Wan and Marvel for Iron Man. That's just what it is. If we're talking franchises, that's just how it is. Beyond that, if we're talking about like relatable characters, like someone that I really connected with in a movie, it would be Perks of Being a Wallflower, Charlie.
I was scared you were gonna say that one.
Why?
Are you okay, buddy?
No. I'm good now, but for a long time it wasn't.
No, I get that.
No, you know, it just, yeah, something about that. In terms of like real comedy, like something that I really just enjoyed watching and found really, really funny, and just felt like was an iconic main character would be Cher from Clueless. Which is like
That's wild.
wild pick, but she's a great main character. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. And then just one that I had to pick. 'cause
So
of how much I
5. So
enjoy it.
5, not 4.
Okay. With Tick Tick Boom and Jonathan Larson,
Okay,
played by Andrew Garfield.
that's a great character.
Had to be a good pick here. All right, now that I've gotten mine out of the way, Sam, go ahead.
All right. Well, I have 2. I have usually always my runner-up and then my actual one. So my runner-up is our favorite adventurer / archaeologist,
Nick Cage.
Indiana Jones.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
In sync.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I personally like Last Crusade better than Raiders, which is a hot take. But I just think the duo of Sean Connery and Harrison Ford was great in that movie.
Top tier.
I think they just hit it off well and they just vibed well together. And like the comedy in that movie was like not comedy, but like I don't know how to explain it. Like it was good comedy.
It wasn't just like slapstick. Like,
Yeah, it's not.
Here's a funny situation kind of thing.
But it was like, oh, that's just whatever. And then my all-time favorite movie with my all-time favorite character is none other than Oscar Schindler, played by the one and only Liam Neeson.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's Schindler's
You know, I
List.
just thought of another one.
God.
Because I think that's first off, that's a great pick. Iconic, absolutely iconic. And Liam Neeson's just, is that his best role? Do you think that's his best role?
Yes.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it. What other things has he been in?
I mean, Star Wars.
Well, obviously, he was in the first movie. That's it.
Yeah. Austin Powers.
Oh yeah.
It's another really good pick. Anyways, all right, let's move on. Connor, do you want to bring us through what happened in the news?
Yes. We have good news for once.
Woo! And I just want to preface this with, we did a podcast on this months ago on the initial situation. I didn't even remember. That's how long ago it was.
Well, it's been 140 something days.
146 days.
Yeah.
148 from the actual end.
Yeah, 148-day work stoppage.
I mean, we did an episode on it. Mm-hmm. We did an episode.
God, we were just children back then.
We were 146 days ago.
Now we're men.
And if you think about it, like
We're just normal
146
men.
days, some movies film less than that.
Yeah.
Like entire movies are filmed in less than 147.
I think Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey was like filmed in 10 days.
Oh God.
Like that's the
we all know
extreme,
how
but
that fell out. We all know how that
turned out.
masterpiece.
Literally, this is going to be episode 48. We talked about the strike on episode 35.
Nice.
Granted,
Which is nuts.
we're not the most consistent with these.
No, if we
still.
had been going every week that whole time, it would be like,
Probably in the 50s at least.
we posted that episode on 5/8.
My birthday.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
We talked about the strikes on your birthday.
So he was
Happy birthday. Here's the strike.
Anyways, let's
He
bring
was,
us through
he was
what-
just
what
a wee
happened.
lad.
I
He
was.
You were
Quite literally,
a
that-
year younger.
Not even 148 days younger.
So stupid.
Okay, so the WGA struck a deal, a tentative deal. I don't know if they've had their final vote yet.
It's this week.
This week.
The 2nd to the 9th.
Cool. But they struck a deal with like the studios, the AMPTP.
The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers.
And they got, dare I say, they won. It worked. Strikes work.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So I'll start with, I don't want to say they're the minor victories, but there's like two things I think that really stand out. So for one, there's a minimum TV writers room staffing requirement now. So basically, depending on how long a series is, you have to have, like if it's 6 episodes, you have to have at least 3 writers. If it's like 7 to 12, it's got to be 5. Anything longer, you got to have at least 6. So that was a big one. Let me scroll a bit. So writing teams guaranteed. Like they're guaranteed pay, not if like something were to happen to their project. No, they are guaranteed their script payment for their script, as well as pension and health contributions.
It's all good stuff.
Oh yeah. And same with like the screenwriting, they're guaranteed hires. And then I would say the big ones, streaming residuals, huge. They struck. I don't know how it technically is worded, but now they are disclosed like what the streaming numbers are, and they will get residuals based off that. Because before,
So it's it's HB VOD. I believe it's HB VOD is the technical term, which is high budget video on demand. Shows will get they have to basically, the streamers have to tell the WGA what the audience viewership is on these shows that they release on streaming. Either whether it's they created it or it's something that they acquired. If it's streaming, it needs to be disclosed to the WGA. Now that doesn't mean that the numbers need to be disclosed to the public. It just means that the WGA has to be informed about what the numbers are, and that those then get accounted into residual payouts for actors. Or for writers.
actors
We're not there yet.
Actors
We're
are
not
still
there yet.
stretching, but they're
We're not
meeting
there
like
yet.
today.
They met yesterday. They're meeting today.
Yeah, but that's it's crazy that, like Netflix, Hulu, like Max, they were able to, like, see the data behind the scenes, and that was it. Like, no one else knew, like, if a show was doing well or not. And it kind of raised the questions, like, okay, why are they hiding, like, these numbers? Like, are they doing like great, and they just don't want to have to pay out on these streaming numbers, or are they doing much worse than everyone's thinking? And this is like, it would just cause like a huge crash in streaming. But
Yeah, which I think is coming anyways. I mean, Netflix today just announced they're raising prices again.
I saw that. Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, at this point, I tweeted about it too on the Filmbox Twitter. I said that, like, the idea behind streaming services was for convenience, ease of use, and portability, really, and cost.
And cheaper options. Yeah.
Right. So it's now no longer cheaper than cable to have streaming, if you put it all together. You can't bring it anywhere because now not only is Netflix cracking down on password sharing and being out of your home, now Disney Plus is doing it. And I'm not like, whatever, they want to make that decision about password sharing, but this screws over people who travel too. If you travel frequently, you're not going to be able to use your own Netflix account or your own Disney account without express written permission from Netflix. Like, allowing you to access your own account that you pay for.
Yeah, well, not only that is there's a shit ton of kids that go to college too, out of state.
exactly.
And like, it's like,
Or families like mine, where I live in Massachusetts and my parents live in another state, and my sister lives in another state from that.
yeah, exactly.
And it's like, what are you gonna do?
yeah,
You know?
I told you my theory. So what I think is happening is that password crackdown is not netting them like the accounts that they thought they would, because guess what? There's like a ton of workarounds. So what they're doing is they're raising prices and trying to bank on enough people, like, who forgot that they had a Netflix, or just like couldn't be bothered to check.
Yeah.
Just keeping their subscription going and getting like the extra. I didn't see how much they're raising the price. I'm gonna assume it's like maybe $2.
Probably gonna be another couple bucks or something.
Yeah, and
But it's already too high. I mean, what is it? The base price is now $16 a month for Netflix, $15.99, I think.
Is
So
that
you
with
raise it even
ads
more
now too?
Yeah, no, I think the ads is still like 11 or 12,
Okay,
$11.99.
I remember when Netflix was like $6 a month.
Yeah, now it's 16, and it's still too low for them.
Whatever. Didn't they like just mail out their last like DVD?
Yeah, I don't even. That's
Remember
probably
that?
losing them so much money too.
Yeah,
I don't even know why that division of that company's still open.
they probably forgot about it too. They're
Shut
like,
it down.
they were like, oh yeah, no one's watching DVDs anymore. And then like someone was like, I forget what movie it was. I don't think it was anything good, but they ordered the DVD, and then it was like, oh, yeah, no, this is going to be the last time this happens.
Yeah. They're like, some couple in Minnesota only uses Netflix for the DVDs. It's like, okay, whatever. Anyways, continue on with the strike recap.
Yes. So now they'll be getting residuals based off those streaming numbers. And the buzzword of 2023, AI. AI cannot write scripts, cannot edit scripts, and writers will not lose like their credit to any AI, I guess.
And beyond that, so also studios cannot force AI to, or force writers to use AI when they do scripting.
I was gonna say you can't really force AI to do it. Never mind.
Yeah. And then writers can decide to use AI with permission from the studios and from the guild. They can use AI in their writing if they want, but it has to be disclosed. But I think, and this was kind of like a lower note, but something that really felt important to me for the future of this is that these companies, these producing companies, can't use written work to train AI language models, which
That's
is huge for the future. Because you think like they're like, all right, fine, whatever, we won't, you guys can do it now, but in 10 years, we're gonna use all your work over the next 10 years to train our AI to do it better than you can. No, out the window, can't do it. Which is massive for preserving their jobs.
Yeah, because I remember during the strikes, I think it was the creator of Black Mirror, like maybe one of the writers, was saying like, oh yeah, like I asked like ChatGPT to write like a Black Mirror episode for me, and it just wrote something that I already had written. Because like all it can do, yeah, it was terrible. It's because all it can do is just see what's already existing and pull from there. So you're gonna just get like a shitty like stew of recycled work that just isn't comprehensible.
But 10 years down the line, who knows where that technology is? So having that protection against the future is massive for these people.
Yeah, like I'm sure that's something like the actors are really championing for, because like, I mean, we see it with like the de-aging, the posthumous actors like being on screen. Like it's just
I'll tell you what. I saw a video on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen this go around, if you've hit this ad or not, but it's an ad by Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, the giving away iPhones.
Giving away iPhone. I got that ad, and it's a video of Mr. Beast actually talking to the camera, but it's fully AI, with his voice, with his likeness, talking to the. And if you didn't know any better, it could fool you.
Oh yeah,
it really could. I had to double take for a quick second. I was like, "What? What is it?" And then I realized what I was looking at. But if you're like an older person who's like, "Oh, my grandson," or a child, yeah, or it's like, "Oh, my grandson likes Mr. Beast," or "Oh, I'm an 8-year-old kid. I love Mr. Beast."
And he's like, "Oh, only $2, and he'll give me an iPhone." Yeah, let me get like my mom's credit card. Next thing you know,
off topic, but when you guys were younger, did you see the ads on the side of the computer screens? Win $1,000. Do you remember those? Or no?
Yeah, I remember those
all the time.
Never got me. Not to keep going off this, but I feel like I was just having talk about phishing emails from work. Undefeated. Cannot.
Yeah, I've never been.
Can't fish me.
I help clients and coworkers be like, that's not legit.
Yeah.
I actually had one today where a client reached out to us and said, "Hey, Facebook is messaging me about my ads are disapproved, and I need to contact them right away at this URL." And it was like FacebookMetaHelpCenter.com. And I was like, no. They won't do that.
Yeah, it's like. It was like my computer. I got an email from like work saying, "Oh, your password's gonna expire tomorrow. Like, click here to reset." I'm like, "I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Like, if I get locked out of my computer, I'll deal with it."
Yeah, that's the thing with that though, is like our company passwords actually expire all the time, but they're internal emails. I know that they're internal emails. So
Yeah.
we have to change it, but we have to change it like every 3 months or something like that. It's so bad.
Just don't click any
Anyways,
links.
yeah.
But yeah. So those were like the big things, AI, residuals, writing rooms, credits, all that stuff. It's great for them.
Yes, and like we said, SAG-AFTRA is in negotiations as we speak with the AMPTP, so we're hoping for good news there as well. And I mean, to the greater like cause, I mean, strikes work.
As I think it was today or yesterday, the VFX workers have voted to strike against Disney and Marvel. Also, it was like I think voice actors in video games were about to strike.
SAG-AFTRA is striking has authorized a strike against the video game industry. Now, there doesn't mean that they are striking; they're still in negotiations. But should it break down, they have voted to authorize a strike.
It's good.
It's good for the industry.
Good for the industry. Good for the worker.
I mean, I'm always of the mindset that if you have workers who make you money and they make you a lot of money, why wouldn't you want to keep those people happy?
Yeah.
And make sure that they can continue to live off of making content that makes you money. Like it's like no brainer to me. Like if you're paying someone pennies on the dollar, eventually they're not going to be able to do it anymore. But if that person is so talented that they're making you a boatload of money, I mean, you're just losing that money.
Well, it's literally just like if you owned a factory and you had like your machines were just pumping out like the output, and then you were making a ton of money off that. You want to like invest in those things because it's going to cost you a lot more once those things stop working, and then you have to replace them.
Yeah,
with
you have
things
to
that
raise your prices and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they love doing that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that brings up a good quote I've heard. I forget who said this, but it's basically says, you obviously want to take care of your clients. However, you want to take care of your employees because your employees will take care of your clients.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's true. It's true. Trickle down economics.
Yeah, that works.
all right, Ronnie, relax.
All right. With that, let's move on to the next party this year, the horror movie villains draft. So the way this is going, we've done this a couple times now. The usual way that this is going to work, we got 5. I like this.
Ooh, spooky.
We got 5 picks each. We're going to be doing drafting all sorts of horror movie villains, iconic or otherwise. And yeah, we're going to see who has the best, I guess, squad. And apparently we're picking names out of a magic hat.
Yeah, every time I'm just going to try to pick something new. So first pick is Aaron.
Let's go. All right, let's see if Sam doesn't get the,
Am I gonna be
the
fucking
final
last
pick.
again?
He's so going to be last.
Yes, he's last.
Let's go. He's last. That's the 3rd time in a row.
So we are going
That's
back
really
to the
funny.
first draft we did.
Jeez.
Is our draft
man.
order.
All
Yep.
right, cool.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
it is.
No,
too.
it was the second one.
Yeah. I had the second pick in our
All right,
first
who's gonna get screwed over this time?
one.
I feel like it's
All
me
right.
because I'm going to be so butthurt when you guys take people I like.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys don't even watch the movies.
Now, how are
You
we?
also
don't
How
have
are
to
we?
pick from
Like, are
this
we
list
picking
as well.
over like? Are we doing like a 5v5 fight, or are we doing like most like iconic kind of favorite?
I don't know. I think that's for everyone to decide. All of our audience, who would win in a fight, who's got the most iconic,
Yeah, okay.
and whatever. Now that I'm on the clock and I have my choice of things, do I take the one that Connor might kill me for? I'm not going to. I'm gonna take Michael Myers as my first pick. I was gonna do Bruce the Shark.
I would have laughed at you if you took Bruce 1-1. Listen, he's my darling, but
He ain't first pick material.
no,
It's a shark.
it's a fucking shark, man. If I said Bruce like 2 weeks ago before I really started hammering home that his name is Bruce, you'd be like, Bruce Campbell?
Who? Bruce Campbell? Hey, great pick.
Great pick. No.
Not a villain. But
Yeah. Yeah, no. So Mikey Myers.
yeah,
What's
Michael.
the
I mean,
word?
unstoppable in the paint. Unstoppable.
Just
He's
a
literally
menace
like
down low.
he will not stop. Literally.
Okay.
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 All right. Connor, go ahead.
I got a number 2 pick. Taking my boy, Mr. Friday the 13th himself, Jason Voorhees.
Should we just get the? Oh, that's Leatherface.
I tried
we
I
just
tried to do a formula and it didn't work.
Should we just get these first picks like out of? I mean, we know what everyone's taking the first. Sam, if you don't take this third, I'd be shocked.
Well, he's got a 3 and a 4, so he could
He does have.
he can work the salary cap a little in his benefit.
No, I think I'm gonna be a little. Let's see. I am going to take Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, shocking, shocker. I was thinking about this beforehand, and I was like, man, we know what the first pick's gonna be. The first 3 picks are gonna be just right in a line.
Well, see, I was thinking about it when I was like writing the names. I was like, okay, 1 Michael Myers, 2 Jason Voorhees, 3 Freddy Krueger. I was like, maybe I should scatter these names a bit. So it's not just like all in a row, and I guess I just forgot those 2.
And then my second pick, I am going to go with Pinhead.
Oh, okay. I like it. Iconic.
Well, alrighty then.
That was not expected.
No, and I think I'm gonna see. This is tough because I see 2 like all stars, and I don't want.
You do.
Yes, technically I see 3, but I think I will take. I'm gonna finish out my personal Mount Rushmore, and I'm gonna take Ghostface.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on.
Listen, still kicking.
Tough to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So apparently. Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
And
That's tough.
just to catch up, Michael Myers is from Halloween. Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Freddy Krueger's from Nightmare on Elm Street. Pinhead is from the Hellraiser franchise, and Ghostface is from Scream.
If you don't know those first 3, what are you doing?
Yeah,
What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing?
get with it. Pick up
You know
the
what this reminds me of?
zeitgeist.
This board. This board reminds me of like the nutrition facts on like a can of
Oh
soup.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
It does a little bit,
Yeah, doesn't it?
doesn't it?
Doesn't it? All right. So my second pick, I'm gonna take something as a little bit of a throwback, but I think it's an appropriate pick here. And I'm going Dracula, a guy who's defined his own genre, really, vampire movies.
One of the OG,
Or it's-
literally the OG.
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
I mean, Dracula is
Technically, he's
like
not Dracula.
he's a Dracula.
He's a vampire.
Dracula's a
Same boat.
vampire. Look, I'm roping Dracula into the ropes of vampire as a general. I don't know what I just said.
Why'd you go
Don't
southern
know.
there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's a southern fella.
Oh, dude, we filmed a promo for social today with one of our coworkers who at the biggie he bought a cowboy hat, and he wore his cowboy hat and had like the vest. He looked like a cowboy, so we filmed a promo. Just like a little social clip of him like looking out over the city as we pan across his face, kind of thing. And it was gonna be a voiceover of him saying in his head like, what was it? I used to think about the Roman Empire, but now thinking about cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
cowboys.
I'm calling BS on that trend. I don't. People don't think about the Roman Empire like
I have asked people, and multiple people have said they do think about the Roman.
it's for the bit.
It's definitely for the
But,
bit.
however, I did see a tweet, and I do think it's insanely accurate. Guys think about like a cool sweater we saw like one time,
Yeah,
and that's our Roman Empire.
yeah. I
Like-
guess that's fair.
Like I still see like this Carhartt jacket in my head, but it costs
Mm-hmm.
too much money, and I can't afford it. But I think about it often. Go again.
All right, my next pick. I'm torn between a couple, but I think that one will be available later on. So I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with Pennywise.
Okay.
I mean, if we're talking iconic, Pennywise the clown,
The dancing clown.
pretty iconic. Iconic. Yep. Also scary as shit.
Both versions.
Yeah. If you don't like clowns,
Who does?
watch out.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta take. Oop. Gotta take Dracula
Uh-oh.
off the board.
Connor's losing it.
I'm fine.
And Pennywise.
Pennywise. I'm getting there.
Did you take Ghostface off the board?
I didn't.
No.
Alrighty.
There we go.
So I'm back on the clock, and I'm gonna be honest. The one I was hoping would still last is still here. I'm taking Jigsaw himself, John Kramer.
Ah, good call. Good call.
Once again,
I had a
another
feeling.
one that's just kicking. Saw X was phenomenal. Man,
I'm
is
surprised it was that good. Like I've heard like universal acclaim for it.
well. The thing is, it's weird because he is the villain. Let's make no mistake about that. Saw X found people like even worse than him,
Oh God.
and it just was. It's like it's just so beautiful to see it all play out. The traps were great. Gore's great. My review's out. Read it.
Yeah. You had it. Your review is really good too.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Samuel.
Weirdos. All right, I'm gonna go with a couple heavy hitters. I'm gonna go with the Xenomorph and the Predator.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Taking the franchise, the ones that had a franchise together or a movie together.
The ones who fought.
Yeah. Back to back too. That's solid. Solid picks. I mean, yeah, can't really beat that.
All right, I am back on the clock. Whew.
Do, do, do.
Listen. I think we've all kind of had nightmares about this individual. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going that way.
A pivot.
Oh.
Yes,
pivot,
a
if you
trade. A trade.
When I'm taking Annabelle.
Okay.
When I was in middle school, that's when I first found out about Annabelle. That she was, first off, even real. This was before The Conjuring even came out, before the Annabelle movie came out. When I found out about that, I did not sleep a wink at that night. Quite literally, I just remember in my bed, I had it aimed at the door, and I was just like, this fucking doll's coming to get me. And besides Jason, who I snagged early, no one else has made me that terrified. So, taking my girl. And I think who I was looking at will last a bit.
Okay. Well, we'll see about that. I'm up for my last two picks. My first pick, I'm gonna go with. All right, so the first one I'm gonna do I'm gonna do the one that like I think I like the most from like an intelligent villain standpoint. It's Hannibal Lecter. Seeing a villain that is actually just incredibly smart, and not just like, oh, I'm a crazy dude that has a knife, or I'm a scary clown. Like, this is a dude he's a normal guy. He's just hyper intelligent, and he eats fucking people. He eats people.
He eats people.
He's like Jesus. he eats them.
What hello, Clarice.
But my last pick. Are we doing the 6-man? Yeah, we should do the 6-man.
We got some heavy hitters though.
Yeah. My last pick to round out my starting 5 is gonna be Death from Final Destination, because it's the one that I think about the most. I can't drive by a log truck on the highway without thinking about it. So purely for that reason, I have to go for it.
Yeah, dude, when I was driving home from work, even there was like a truck with like a ladder sticking out of the back. I was like, nope, we are gonna be far back, just because of Final Destination 2. All right. So,
Is it there?
still there.
Oh.
I will say, when I was right before I pivoted to Annabelle, I was gonna pick Hannibal Lecter, and I figured that you were gonna take him, but I was like, give me Annabelle.
Wow.
I think I will take the scariest thing we've got left. No, I take that back. I think there are scarier ones. However,
Bruce the Shark.
Bruce the Shark. No. I am taking The Thing.
Oh, interesting.
From the movie The Thing. The alien that can assimilate you. You'd have no idea who is still human. And I think that like level of just doubt causes so much more fear. All right, Sam.
All right, so for my 5th pick, I have to get I think this is arguably the most noticeable, iconic, recognizable horror-ish Halloween thing is Frankenstein's monster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Notice Frankenstein's monster, not Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's mom, as it looked on our board for a second there.
The bride of Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein
Frankenstein.
from Mel versus Young Frankenstein. Anyways. And then for my 6th man, I gotta have somebody come. I gotta have somebody come off the bench. He's not gonna hurt you, but he just might bash your brains in.
I see what you did there.
So it's gonna be Jack Torrance.
I was dialing that one in for your other pick. I was like, yeah, Sam's definitely taking
That's
Jack at some point.
I do like how you did that. That was a good one. He's not gonna hurt you. He's just gonna bash your brains in.
All right.
Listen,
Connor?
I am overwhelmed by choice.
There's a lot left.
These are some of the best.
Yeah, it's true.
So, I guess for those of you who can't see, the board has fallen. So it's Leatherface, Chucky, the Wolfman, Bruce the Shark, Samara from The Ring, Candyman, the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers, Norman Bates, the STD from It Follows, which is a great movie, by the way, and Carrie from Carrie. This is tough.
Yeah, you got a lot of choices here.
I gotta do it though.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say,
I
if
gotta
you don't
do
do
it.
it,
Give me my little baby shark. Give me Woos.
Boozy.
Give me Woos. Nah, dude. Can't put a
Cool.
good shark down unless you blow its head up
Yeah,
multiple
well,
times.
You can, apparently. All right, for my last pick, I'm gonna do something that's not on the board.
Is this
And
the one
I
that you
mentioned this?
Yeah.
I mentioned this prior to, and I wanted to save it to if we did the 6-man, because I wanted to see what your thoughts on it. But this is like probably one of the craziest villains, and it fits the theme here. It's just not in a horror movie, but I think you're gonna like it. It's Death from Puss in Boots: Last Wish. That
That's a
version
great
of Death,
villain.
the wolf. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily horror, but I mean, we're already talking about Death. I've got Death from Final Destination on my team.
You're really gonna waste a pick on the same person?
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, Death is that character is one of the scariest villains I have ever seen, and it's in an animated movie. It's one of the scariest villains I've ever seen. And I know I'm passing up on like Leatherface, Chucky, even I thought about Candyman, but I just can't pass it up. And the stunned silence means that I picked
no,
correctly.
I was just waiting to see if Sam had a.
I mean, I don't have a
idea.
problem with that. Like,
I
would think
do.
he-
No, it's fine.
You go right with the game.
I wrote everyone down, and you didn't pick somebody.
Why do you have to be different, Aaron?
I always have to.
First, it's the. Ooh, I give this movie a 2.73 out of 5.
Then it's the, we're going to pick a movie for our 30 weeks, but I'm going to pick 5.
I'm gonna pick 5 characters. Breaking my fucking formula because I have to.
I am breaking your formula. No, I just can't pass it up. I was thinking about it, and I was like, "This is just—it's too good of a villain. Scary, like literally one of the only villains in animated property to ever make me shudder. Like, holy shit, when they come on screen." So, yeah, that's my choice. But Connor, you want to run down our teams, or actually, we can each run down
I was gonna
our
say
team.
you do it, piece of
Yeah.
shit.
All right. So my team is Michael Myers, Dracula, Pennywise, Hannibal Lecter, Death from Final Destination, and Death from Puss in Boots: Last Wish. My team is deadly.
So is mine. I got Jason Voorhees, Ghostface, John Kramer, Annabelle, The Thing, and Bruce the Shark.
Boosie.
Bruce.
All right, and then my team, I got Freddy Krueger, Pinhead, Xenomorph, Predator, Frankenstein's Monster, and Jack Torrance.
Great, all great picks. All great. Well, honestly, it was a great lineup. Notable ones that were left off. Obviously, I said it: Leatherface, Chucky, Candyman. Probably the 3 most iconic.
And you
Yeah,
got
I'd
Wolfman,
Carrie as well.
You got Carrie, yeah.
Samara from The Rings. Creeper. It's not that iconic, but
Yeah.
it's a fun movie. Even though like it was made by like a creep. In the worst way. Yeah, the STD I feel like is super underrated. You haven't seen It
Yeah.
Follows, watch it. That's a phenomenal movie that you will just not feel safe watching. Which is the best feeling.
Yeah. Well, you can let us know on Twitter which team won. Send us send us a DM. Let us know who won. And that is at the Filmbox Reviews on Twitter. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Filmbox podcast. I want to thank Josh Woodward for our awesome theme music. If you like this episode, subscribe, leave a rating, do all that fun stuff. It helps us out. Tell your friends. Honestly, if you listen to this, tell your friends. You can follow us on socials. We're on X/Twitter. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. Follow us there. Go to our website, filmboxreviews.com. You can go to our Letterboxd. We each have a Letterboxd. Like I say, every episode, you can check us out there. See our reviews of what we're watching when we're not watching movies to review. And we're not talking about it on the podcast. You can keep up to date on Connor's 30 Days of Horror. 31 days of Horror.
I'll give you a little sneak peek. Let me just pull up my document. Tomorrow, I've got another Dario Argento piece, Deep Red.
So if you want to know Connor's thoughts on that, listen to go follow him on Letterboxd. Without further ado, this has been the Filmbox podcast, and we will see you next time.
It's a beautiful day. I'm running away. Don't bother to Facebook message or call me. 'Cause I'm living life in airplane mode and everything is okay. I just want to play, unplug for the day and live in the moment.